Fylde Flips.
Hi, welcome back to the channel. I'm Mike, Fylde Flips. I'm a reseller based in northwest England. I sell stuff online out of my shed, and that's what I do as my full-time job. So right now I'm going to show you my totals right there. So the reason this graph looks so small there is because I had one day where I got like that amount, so everything else has kind of come down. That's why it looks like that. Before, everything was quite big, but yeah, it's kind of deceiving. But yeah, I'm happy with the way that the sales are going. We are up 40.3% on the last 31 days, which is madness. But as I told you, I said it had been quiet, and I weren't joking. But there you go, it's on its way up. Yeah, today I've just had a nice sale come in. I'll show it you in a minute. So I'm gonna go grab the orders and let's see what we've got going out. Got 9 items going out today, and a couple of fragile things in there that are gonna take a little bit of packaging, but hey, nothing too bad really, nothing too bad. It should be fairly straightforward. So let's do it, let's go. Oh, so I've already picked a few items. I was just like, that was not a as in, you know, I'm fed up. It was a as in, like, do you know what I mean? It's nice to come into here and it just be nice. I know it's like, you know, there's a lot of stuff in here, but it's organised, it's nice. It's a pleasure being in here now. Whereas it definitely wasn't. It got to a point in here where it was horrible just being in here. It was, because everything, there's just no room. You know, imagine all of this stuff you're seeing just in that shed. But let's start with a tangent in the video. Why not? Why not? I mean, that's the idea of these videos a little bit. They're supposed to be more of like a laid back thing. It's a more kind of informal, just look at what I've been up to. Give you more of an idea of what it's actually like being a reseller to anyone who is not. I know most people watching are resellers or have resold at some point in their lives, so they understand that, but not everybody does. And you know, there's a lot of new people who come in wondering what it's all about. Can they make a bit of extra money? And hopefully you can watch a couple of my videos and, you know, find some information within them that will help you go out and make a few extra quid. You know, whether it's for family holiday, car for your kids who's just passed the test, whatever it may be, whatever you're saving up for, whatever you need the money for. These days, probably just paying the bills. I know, I feel you on that. Everything is so expensive, but we're not going to make this into that video again. We got 3 jigsaws. They're both for one customer, that's for another customer. This though is the first one from that bundle of codexes that I got. And it went for £19. I was asking £22.50. We went back and forward a little bit. 19 quid is fine, absolutely fine. I didn't pay more than a couple of quid each, and possibly a lot less than that. I remember I got a big stack of them for £1 each. These two I've had a little while, about a year. I didn't think these would sell because, I mean, just look at the condition of them. I know they are like new sealed technically, but they're obviously very damaged, the boxes. I think I got these from Norcross for 50p each, if I remember rightly. There's certain ones I will still pick up if they're brand new sealed, but there's a lot now that I don't. There was a whole phase, wasn't there? Around the lockdown time, I could sell pretty much any brand new jigsaw for at least a tenner, and sometimes a hell of a lot more. But those days have gone. £10.50 plus postage. And then this one here, £4.99 plus postage. I had it up at £6.50 plus postage. Yep, that's fine. I thought this would have done better, to be honest. It's vintage 94, nice design, brand new sealed, but whatever. May the force be with you, Wolf. Cheers again, Dave. Thank you. They look cool there, don't they? Right, got a couple of trays that I've sold. Bought these from the tip shop for I think they were for like 50p each. Like, got like a mouse footprints in the sand one, and I managed to get 11 quid for them. And I think they are just down here. Just here, aren't they? So there they are. I thought they were nice. I don't know. I probably wouldn't buy them again. I try many different things. You know, if it's something new I've not seen before and it's cheap enough, I'm going to buy it and see if we can make a few quid. If nothing else, it's just, you know, you're learning as you go. A lot of people ask me, how do I know so much about this or so much about that? And I suppose I did come into it with a bit of knowledge. Like, my 9-to-5 job for the last 17 years was working in furniture and lighting and giftware. So I do have a bit of an eye, naturally, I guess, because of that, for things that, you know, do well. That definitely has helped me out. But also, I just love all things vintage. So going about like the Tupperware and the Hornsey, it's stuff I remember growing up. So either friends or family had it growing up, and I thought it was interesting. Like the German pottery I often buy. I lived in Germany for about 3.5, 4 years when I was younger. Like, I was only like young. I think we came back when I was about 9, 10 or something. So, you know, I was young, but a lot of the stuff that I saw over there kind of stuck with me. And we ended up coming back with stuff from Germany. Like, we had a lot of Kaiser. Look out for Kaiser out there, because I'm yet to come across a piece that's not worth a fairly decent amount. I would say maybe stay away a bit from the general, like, vases and pots. But when it comes to like the figurines, they always go for good money. They don't show up very often. I'm just trying to say, like, a lot of people do ask me that on a regular basis. But how do you know? How do you know what to buy? It is mostly trial and error. I also, you know, I look at eBay and I look at just online in general, on other sites, Etsy, at just what is kind of popular. And I try and get out there and, you know, look around the shops and just see, you know, toys and stuff and ceramics, what is kind of hot, what seems to be like the popular thing. You can do that online, you can do it in person, and I try my best to stay on top of that. I don't think I'm like amazingly good at doing that, but I try my best, and that's all you can do, right? Hello.
Hello. I didn't want to interrupt you.
Are
you packaging in here?
I was on a tangent as per usual.
Washing machine.
What do you mean? Yeah, why is it so bubbly? Just talking about the washing machine, it's like extremely bubbly for some unknown reason. We don't really know why. I've got a T-ball bat. So it's a metal one. Yeah, 15 quid. I paid, I think it was £2 from that really quiet boot sale I went to earlier in the year. Was it the A6? The one where I'd gone previous and it was called off last minute without them telling anyone. And then I went again, and it was tiny, and that's probably the last time I'll ever go, to be honest. Unless I'm in the area, I might go back, but it just wasn't very good. I know it can be good on a nice hot day, as they all can. But there you go. 15 quid. How do I package this? Oh, do you know, with my bubble wrap, I used to always get the cardboard inner tubes. That would have been perfect, right? But these days, don't know about you guys, when I ordered my bubble wrap, it never comes to that cardboard inner anymore. So I don't have any. I used to have absolute loads. Do I have any long thin boxes? I did have one last week, but I used it, didn't I? I didn't know this was going to sell. I think it might be a 2 eBay box job. Put them together long and maybe have to slightly alter them. So I've got a sale that came in just a minute ago, and I was like, yes, full asking price, £100. These Friarcraft. These were from a Norfolk boot sale, or was it the one that was in Boston, like on my Norfolk kind of little road trip that I did? Yeah, I think they were from the Boston one. I think they were. And I think I paid about 10 quid for them. They wanted like £1 each for some, £2 each for others, and they did me like a bulk deal because I bought them all a tenner. But as soon as I'd sold them, I got a message through saying, "What happened to the discount?" Just like that. I'm sure they weren't saying it like that, but that's the way I read it. "What happened to the discount?" And I was like, "Oh, here we go. What discount? What are they on about?" I was like, "What discount? Have I sent you an offer out at some point?" They were like, "Yeah, you sent an offer out. Where's, why is it not applied it to the basket?" And I said, "I don't think I've sent any offers out on these for at least a week. So it's probably expired now." But I was like, "How much was it for?" And they were like, "It said it lasted till Friday." And I'm thinking it was probably Friday, like last week or the week before or something. But whatever, you got to stay nice, stay polite. So they said it was £25 off, so £75, and I remember I did send an offer out a couple of weeks ago, maybe a week. It might have only been a week. So I've refunded back £25, but that's still a good sale. 10 quid into 75 plus postage. We'll have that. I just thought, 100 quid. To be honest, if I'm being completely honest, hang on, let me just be careful with these because they are very fragile. Yeah, to be honest with these, I don't think I'd recommend anybody buying them. I mean, it's hard to say that when I've just turned 10 into 75 after fees, etc. But looking at what's actually sold out there, there's not many. There's not many that have sold. And there's a fair few out there, but they're all different. So I suppose I might have just had the right places for the person. Last one. So I don't know how well you can tell, but just the quality of these is great. A couple of them do have a couple of little issues, like there and there, all declared obviously, but just, I don't know how well it'll bring it up on camera, but there's just something a bit different. I see this kind of thing fairly often out there, but not quite the quality of these. Yeah, so what's sold is this. I've got £12.50 plus postage on this, and this is one of the 2 books that the customer didn't want, like last week or the week before when they bought the big bundle of these books, the Enchanted World books. And yeah, they messaged me, offered me slightly less and said, "Oh, I don't want those 2, can you do me this slightly less price?" I was like, "Absolutely fine, yeah." So I relisted these both for, I think they were £12.50 each. I put them up at, and this one's sold for £12.50. So I actually only paid less than £12.50 for all of them when I bought them. So yeah, pure as can be profit on that one, if we can find it. So I brought them all downstairs, packaged up the ones that needed to go, and the other 2 I left to one side. I definitely didn't package them up, don't worry. They were definitely to one side. I was considering keeping the Christmas book, and that's why I didn't return them back to where they were supposed to be, upstairs. Or did I? It's the question. I'm not sure. They'll be somewhere. They'll be sat there together, probably upstairs with the rest of the books I've got up there. Right, 2 more things, both in the ceramic shed. Let's grab them. Right, these are Next branded tea coffee sugar jars. Kind of a select taste. A bit different, these, like the colour and the shape of them. It's a bit different. But I got £25 plus postage. I was after 30 on these, ideally, but that's fine. They're not 100% perfect. They had a couple of little issues, and they also don't have any seals on them, so I need to be extra careful with these. Make sure the lids don't fall off. As you can see, there's no seals. People can put their own seals on if they want to. Probably recommend it if you're keeping tea coffee sugar in. Nobody wants a stale cup of tea, do they? Yeah, so tea coffee sugar jar wise, I ain't got all that many left. There's a few, and I've got like a few individuals. I've got a couple of sets, but that's about it. Ordinarily, I'll have a few more, but then I definitely have not been picking them up like I used to, and I've said that in a previous video. I've said it a few times. Like I'm definitely more selective over what I'm buying. Yeah, I just am. You gotta be, especially when I've been to like so many boot sales this year. If I bought literally every single thing I knew I could make a little bit of a profit on, that it would be all the stock would be up to here. All the way back, there'd be absolutely no space. I'm not even joking. Like, there's a lot of stuff I've had to just kind of, you know, leave behind. It's just the way. You cannot buy absolutely everything, and that's something I've learned in time as well. Because I used to find it incredibly difficult to leave anything. If I thought, oh, I could make a £5 with that, I was like, well, how can I not pick it up? It's an easy £5. But you gotta look at the condition, the size of it, how much do you need to do to it to get it to sell, how often are they selling? If a load of those things are, you know, not looking good, you just don't buy it, right? So, and obviously I still don't get it right every time. There will be things here that will end up being bad buys or may take a long time to sell, such as Pam and Ted mugs. And this typewriter, which I only paid £1 for, but it's in the worst condition ever. I'll probably be able to clean it up or whatever. Anyway, one more thing from the ceramic shed, and it's a ceramic plate. It's an Easter plate of all things, like a Pepsi branded Easter plate. Yes, that sounds a bit random to say it, doesn't it? But that's what it is. Oh, hang on, I've put all the plates on this side, haven't I? I forgot about that. There we go. Still getting used to where everything is, because some things we have moved around quite a bit. Say all the plates and bowls are over this side. All the larger bread bins and stuff are down at the bottom, and then they kind of get smaller as they come up for the most part. So there might be a few cookie jars at the bottom, a few on this shelf. As you come up, the stuff should get smaller in theory, but sometimes there's just no room, so you just got to put it wherever you can. There it is. But this is the one that sold for £10 plus postage. It's a Franklin Mint one. Yeah, Franklin Mint. Some of the Franklin Mint stuff's alright, some of it's not. So that's everything apart from that book. I have an idea where that book is. Let's go see if we can find it. Another sale has just come in. This Mindstorms Lego, new sealed. Got this for £3 from a car boot sale just this Sunday. Listed it up just last night, and I thought I was going high on it. I thought, I'm probably aiming a bit too high with this, but hey, obviously not. A lot of people had them up for less than this though, so there you go. So you don't know what the other people's feedback's like, and might be abroad, or you just don't know, do you? Or the box might be damaged or whatever. But mine is basically pristine, and yeah, not bad. £3 into £27.50. Lego, eh? Lego. I also got a load of these Lego sets as well. You'll have to wait for the boot sale video for that. Packaging done. And we found that book. We found it. It was upstairs. It was in plain sight upstairs in the spare room. I don't know what. Neither me or Claire could see it, but they were just there. Yep, all done and dusted. I'm going to go and do the momentum board now, because I've not done it for a few days. Let's see how much I've listed. I've had some days where I've done very little, but then yesterday I got a lot on, so that should make up for it. Let's go and have a look. So I've just had a look at what I've been listing over the last few days. I hadn't filled it in for about 5 or 6 days, so I've gone back, looked at my eBay app and gone back and put everything in. I'm not including items that I've ended and then done sell similar, only brand new listings that I've just put on for the first time, basically. So yesterday, I'm not doing today because obviously I've barely started today so far. I'll do that later. So yesterday I did 450, which is actually the best this month, I think. I've got 425 there on the 7th. That was all like the Warhammer figures and magazines. But yeah, 450. But that was mostly because of the Lego that I got, the brand new sealed Lego. So it was quantity 12. And then I also, actually, one second, I've just realised there's a couple of things that have sold that I've not added on to this. So let me just have a quick look. I've got 2750 to add on to here because that was for the Lego Mindstorms that I just sold, that I only listed yesterday evening. The day before I only listed one item and it was a teapot for £10, so that's all I did on the Monday. Yeah, it was a busy Monday that, because we went and had a look at a school, high school for my son for next year in the evening, so I didn't get any chance to get anything on in the evening apart from that one teapot. Yeah, and then the day before, the Sunday, is the day I was out at the boot sales, and I was up at like 2 AM that day, and by the time I got back and I put everything away and we went out and got a load of conkers and stuff as a family, had a bit of family time. I just had a rest on Sunday, didn't list anything. And then the Saturday I did 265. I think I listed some stuff in the morning on that day. And then the Friday's 110, the Thursday was 135, and I think that's it. I think I was up to date at that point. So are we still meeting that £133 average? That is the question. I think we are. I wonder if we would have been if I hadn't done so much yesterday. Don't know. Well, bear with me a second, I'm going to just work it out quickly, see where we're at. So I've listed £3,593 worth of stock. Now, what I would say, and I've said that previously, and I'll continue to say it just to be clear, I do accept offers on most items that I sell. So the chances are I am not going to get these numbers because I will let stuff go a bit cheaper with offers coming in. There's also that, you know, I've listed stuff at what I think is the sale price, but sometimes it's not going to go for quite that much. But it's less about that. It's more about setting a target, trying to hit it, and trying to increase it and keep going. And if you do that, as long as you're getting the right stuff and it's the right price and your photos are good and descriptions are good and everything else, then we should see the sales increasing. So it averages out at £156.22 a day up to the 23rd. The weather's looking good this weekend, so I may well be able to get the last 2 car boot sales around the Midlands done this weekend. I'll just quickly show you a couple of things that I've listed. These Lego sets, all of them. This is what made yesterday's total so much. These two here, these Pro Series Paper Jams guitars, some of these can do alright. The Pro Series, that's what you want to look out for, and if they're boxed, then great. But what I would say is the prices are very all over the place on these. So one person, the same one as what I've got, one person was asking like over 100 quid, but nobody seems to have actually got that. So I've kind of gone somewhere in the middle on them, and we'll see what happens with them. Hey guys, so I'm here just working away, and then for a second I suddenly realise what I must look like. For a start, yes, I have my dressing gown on because it's suddenly gone like really cold, and I have had the heating on, but it's still quite cold here in the hallway. But in addition to that, well, first off, I'm watching Shed Flips, catching up. I'm a little bit behind. But I've just sat here with this, combing the hair of some trolls. The things we do as resellers with one of my random 1977 vintage combs that I have. I can't do it very well with one hand, but I was just doing it and watching these guys. I just suddenly thought, what It's not normal, is it? It's not normal. I think the fact that I'm using this comb is makes it all that much worse. And then also look at the state of my hair as well. What's going on there? I don't know. Check this guy out though. I'm going to sell him by himself. He's a rust troll from... I don't think there's a date or anything on him. But he's cool, isn't he? I wonder if he might glow in the dark or something. I'm not sure. But I'm just going through a load of trolls. I've photographed this stuff. I've got loads in here, as you can see. Those two there are not genuine. I'm not sure what to do with these, to be honest, at this stage. They're just, I mean, they might be legit, but there's just no, it doesn't say anything on them, do you know what I mean? Nothing on the back of their heads, nothing underneath on either of them. That one just looks a bit weird, and look at the glue at the back and the front, that definitely ain't right. Not sure about the rest yet, we'll see as I get to them, but I think we're going to have a nice little bundle here. These ones are not worth anything by themselves. I think this one might have been, but this one unfortunately is damaged on the foot, both feet, so can't sell it by itself. That one's missing a shoe. That one, I don't think that's the original outfit. They all have like kind of maybe slight issues, but they're in good condition.
A nice looking bag, like the color scheme and stuff. It's in pretty good condition.
Yeah, I just unearthed this one. It needs a little bit of a clean up. I think that will come off. But this is by a brand called Unida. Is it Unida or Unida? And it's got like that on the back, on the bottom. And some of these seem to do pretty well. Somebody has this one up. They're classing it as new tags, but they're asking about $50, I think it was, for it. So obviously I'm not going to get anything like that for mine, but this one is worth listing by itself just because it seems pretty rare. Once I've given it a clean up, as long as it is in good condition once I've done so. There's lots of others in here. Oh, that's cool. Does that actually belong to that? No, it's not. That's just an additional thing. Little artist one. You know, most of these are legit. They're all like proper ones for the most part. And then we got a few others. I think that's a damn troll. That. Yeah, it's 1983. Is that 3? 5? 3, I think. I think that's a damn troll as well. Got a few other like random things. What's that? That's from something, isn't it? I think I've had them before. What is it? Is it Happy Families or something? 1998 Fisher Price. Not sure. But I'm going to bundle up what I can. I'll probably do all the damn trolls separate. I mean, what is that? That doesn't look right, does it? Yes, it's stuff like this. I mean, some of them might be a brand, but if it doesn't say on them... Oh, this one must have said something at one point, because it's got a little voice box there, sound box. Be interesting to see what it said, wouldn't it? It's weird looking though. Today we are going to pick a few orders. I've not sold all that much, unfortunately, over the last couple of days, but we'll pick what I have sold. Here's some stuff that I've been listing. Yeah, I'm like ahead with my videos at the moment. I'm like well ahead with what I've got going on in that respect, which has left me free today to really knuckle down and get a lot of photographs. Going to get some listings up, going to get as many photographs as I can, going to clear a bit of what you see in here. Not sure what I'm going to do yet, but yeah, probably I don't have all that many like bundles of stuff to kind of work on. It's all kind of bits of this, bits of that. This bag here is full of trolls that I don't think I want to try and sell, because they're all like, well, I don't know if I would call them fake, but they're not a branded product, so I don't know. It may well be that maybe some of these came with stickers rather than actually being etched onto the actual foot of the troll or the back of the head. I mean, that looks pretty legit to me. Not as like a regular troll, and not as a damn troll either. That's like the regular rust kind of trolls, the most common. Those are damn trolls. So it's like neither of them, but there's absolutely no markings anywhere. on it. I've looked, and the same with all of these here. I mean, the head of that looks right? The hair looks okay, the head looks right, but look at the clothing and the texture of it, like soft. I don't know. What would you guys do with all these? Would you sell them, maybe Facebook Marketplace or something? Or is that just not a good idea with not knowing, you know, whether they're all right? But I'm pretty sure they're all vintage, or for the most part they're vintage. I mean, look at the state of that one. That ain't right. I wouldn't sell that to anyone. There's a couple in here that are kind of borderline like this one, and maybe it would be all right, but I wouldn't risk them on eBay. I don't think I'll sell these, but I don't know. What would you guys do? I'm going to keep them to one side for now. You tell me what you'd do with these. I mean, if they're not right, I don't even want to donate them to charity. I don't want them, you know, any kids getting hold of them if they're not right. But the rest here, and don't worry, like, for the amount of money I spent on them, I've already made my money back, because there was that Halloween vampire troll that was from this bundle. So I sold that made all my money back on the lot, and just into profit. So anything I sell here is pure profit, so it's fine. The fact that they're all a bit dodgy, and I kind of knew when I was looking through them all, I had to make a fast decision because there were people everywhere all looking at them, and I had to kind of just think, I need to just buy them all or not. I couldn't start picking through them. I just had to like buy the lot. So that's what I did, and when you do that, sometimes this is what happens. You get some that are good, some that are not so good, but I'm happy with what we got here. I've got something else that's just paid. We'll grab them first because they're easy to grab. So it's these Dragonettes, the McDonald's toys. I got £4.99 plus postage. That was a full asking price, and I think this is the last full set of these. Let's go grab them. I'm pretty sure it is. I do have some odd ones which will go with the rest of the McDonald's toys when I get round to it, as a big bundle of just what I've got left, basically. Let's draw. Nope. There we go. So make sure I get them a good one. A few of them are just a little bit rough around the edges, but they're pretty good. Just might need to give them a little clean. One blue, one yellow, one green, and then there should be one last purple in here. There it is. Yeah, that does need a little clean. But that's it. All these now, these are all odd ones. Good morning. It's the big-headed, big-bodied, big arms, big legs, big stomach cat. So we've got 2 items of Tupperware and a nappy box. I knew the nappy box wouldn't hang around. Full asking price on that. These went for £14.99 plus postage. That was the full asking price. Set of 3 blue Tupperware containers. This, I think, sandwich box. I think I'd class it as a sandwich box. We had one like this when I was a kid. This one, I had it up at £14.99. What did I get for it? £11.50 plus postage, so like £15 all in. And then the baby box was from a recent boot sale video that I put out. I paid, I think, was it £3? It's a Mothercare, vintage Mothercare. I got the full asking price, $39.99 plus postage. Let's grab them. They're all down here. That's the nappy box. I've sold lots of these now. They all seem to do pretty well, whatever the logo is on the front. Some do seem to do a little bit better than others. The condition is the main thing though, and this is in very good condition. And they always say, like Mothercare there on the lid. I don't know if you can see that. There you go. Oh dear. Obviously it's a bit big. It's gonna take a larger box, but that's alright. The Leaning Tower of Tupperware. These were upstairs in the spare room. Does anybody remember when I bought these? I reckon it is about 4 years ago. I never listed them because these are the ones I had when I was a kid growing up, and I kind of wanted to keep them. But then when I was going through the spare room, I just thought, why am I keeping them? I know it's, you know, they give me good memories, they remind me of my childhood, but they're plastic cups at the end of the day, aren't they? They're not important. And if I can get 20 quid for them, then hey, I'd rather put that money into my Disney Universal fund than just have it sat on a shelf doing nothing. You know, even if I was using them, that'd be something, but I'm not using them. There we go. Yeah, lots of room. I thought this Tupperware was going to take over for a while, but actually I can probably condense it down quite a bit here. I don't need to do it right now though. But yeah, there's been interest in some of the others, a few offers coming in on some of the others. So it'll all go, some of it, you know, the more kind of like boring colours, I guess, like that bowl, maybe this, the cake box, some of these, you know, the more boring stuff hangs around for longer. But these oranges and browns will all be gone. They'll be gone by, I'm going to say it now, they'll be gone by Christmas, probably. I mean, people need somewhere to store their leftover turkey and roast potatoes and stuff, don't they? And why would you not want to put it in a vintage 1970s tub? Next, we have a bundle of 22 ancient Egypt little figurines. These are from like magazines that they used to do, and I bought them a while back now, and then I found this book, I think at the same boot sale from somebody else. That's a book there in the middle that looks like a pyramid, and I thought that'll make it stand out a bit, and it kind of does. I think that just makes the photograph look even better, doesn't it? Anyway, got 50 quid plus postage on these. I think I paid about 15, so I didn't get them for like cheap. I had them up at 75, which, yeah, it was probably a bit on the high side. And they are in Space Mountain, which is just there. Let's grab them. Yeah, I think they're going to be pretty much filling that whole box, which would be nice. Nice bit of extra room. There's quite a few of them. Yeah, most of the boxes then. Probably be easier to just take this whole box in, wouldn't it, for now, and bring it back in a minute. I've just picked these games. These are PlayStation Move games. The PS3. I've got £5 plus postage on these. I've had these since like the dawn of time, these, honestly. Looks like somebody's getting the PlayStation Move back out. Not something I would buy again. The next thing is this. It's a M&S Christmas tree. Cool little thing, little ornament that I got from one of the early boot sales in the top 20 list. I think it might have been Chirk, actually, if I remember rightly. Only paid £1 for this, and it went for 30 quid plus postage. It's vintage M&S. You know, so... Are you okay? You're meowing like there's something seriously wrong. Are you okay? Friend, shed friend. He just wants some food. Why don't you go get some food back at your house, wherever it is? Hey? Or eat the apples, there's plenty of them. He's been coming in, meowing.
Give him some food and a little bed in there.
No chance.
Shed cat.
My shed cat.
Put a little cat flap in the door. Right, I'm going.
So my initial instincts were to look in here, but I've looked everywhere else first for some reason. And guess where it is? just there. I would happily have kept this. I just really like it. So not a whole lot going out today. There's still time yet. There has been quite a few offers back and forward with a few things. There's a viewer who wanted to buy something that's down there. I think they probably are going to buy them, but they've not got around to it yet. And then I've had various offers coming in on various things, but none of them have materialised as of yet. So we'll see. If anything else sells within the next couple of hours, I will let you guys know. But right now, what time are we on? 5 to 10. I'm going to get this stuff packaged up. Shouldn't take me very long. Then I'm going to get to getting as many photographs as I possibly can. And then once I pick the kids up from school later, I'll start listing from that point onwards when I get back. I'm at the boot sales tomorrow. St. Michael's definitely. Probably Norcross as well. And then Sunday, I am going to a big boot sale, and it's going to be a classic one, I think. Something is happening at this boot sale in the Midlands that is very cool. And as soon as I heard about it, I was like, gotta get involved in that. Funnily, the funny thing was that I was going anyway to this boot sale. The plan was to go to this boot sale this weekend anyway, because it's one of the last two that I need to do in the Midlands. But when I heard about this going on there, I was like, gotta get there. And it's going to mean me selling there. Anyway, I'm going to pick up on this in a minute, get this stuff done, and I'll be back to explain a bit more in a little bit. So I'm just getting around to packaging the last item up. It's these ancient Egypt figurines. I just thought I would show you some of them because you wouldn't have been able to really tell from what I showed you earlier on my phone. But some of these are just really cool looking. I think they are anyway, and obviously whoever's bought them agrees. So it is much later now. It is about 9:30, well, 9:45 now actually, and I'll be going to bed shortly. But I've been done a few listings, so I'm going to update the momentum board now because I'm not doing any more tonight now. Just having a glass of wine or two before a fairly early night because I'm up tomorrow morning. Nice and early for 2 local boot sales. Just staying local. Hello. It doesn't matter what time of the day I'm in here. You come along, don't you? Come on. Oh. Right, I'm going to fill in the momentum board now, and then I'm going to tell you about the boot sale I'm going to on Sunday. So I've just filled in the momentum board, and Wednesday we did 124, Thursday 69, and Friday today 252. So I hinted at something earlier on, and what it is on Sunday I'm going to a boot sale in the Midlands. It is one of the e-boot boot sales. Some of you will know exactly where I'm going with this without me having to say anything else, but to anyone who is not aware, because I wasn't aware until a couple of days ago, e-boot boot sales at this one particular site that they have where they run a boot sale on a Sunday, they're trying to set a new world record for the most amount of sellers at a boot sale. So I am going to be part of that because I'm going and I am selling there. The thing is, I was going anyway. Like, just so happened that I was going to this one and another one in the area this Sunday anyway. So I was just checking to see that it was still on, basically. And I find out about this world record attempt, and I'm like, oh, right, okay. I'm going to have to take part, aren't I? I'm going to have to sell. I'm not going to be going and properly selling like loads of stuff. I'm just going to take a few bits and maybe do a couple of hours of selling. But I'm going to... I mentioned this to the guy who runs it, at least I think it's him. I think it's he who replies back to all the messages on Facebook. I just said, I was supposed to be coming to buy, but now I've heard about this world record, I'd love to kind of get involved and sell. But can you put me somewhere, perhaps, if there's any chance, like near the edge or something, where I can kind of easily get away, as I don't want to, I can't be staying all day when I've got such a drive back and I'm supposed to be going somewhere else. And he was like, yeah, come along. You can, park up, sell, go and do a bit of shopping, and leave when you want. He said they got nice wide aisles. You can just leave when you want, which is amazing. I know that's not what it's like at most boot sales, really. Once you're in, you're kind of in, a lot of them. So I was like, yeah, that's great. So, yeah, there are characters there, I tell you, like, the whole, Car Boot King and all that. I don't really know. Like, I think they featured on Channel 4 on a TV show on Channel 4. I don't know anything about any of that, to be honest. I had a quick look, but I hadn't heard about it until I started looking into it, if you know what I mean. But he's very much a character, and they've got it right. Like, I've not been there yet, so we'll see, but they've just got it right there by the looks of it. It's, they post often, they keep people up to date with exactly, whether it's on, whether it's not on, exactly the sites that are running on that particular day, give you a little kind of update the day before and things like this. It's just good the way that they do it. And I'm not saying they're the only ones to do it like that, because they're not. So yes, hopefully, as long as enough people turn up, hopefully there's not like a freak kind of weather front that comes in and rains it off or something crazy like that. As it stands, there's like 0% chance of rain, but obviously it's never 0% in this country, really, is it? But hopefully in the next shed video, I will be standing here saying, we did it, we all did it. Part of a world record, and what better than for it to be something to do with boot sales, right up my street. And I'll just tell you a little secret. Don't tell anyone, okay? Don't tell anyone. The secret is, I have never sold at a boot sale before. Yeah, I've just not. I don't know. I've just had to borrow a friend of mine's big table that he uses for painting and decorating. I was going to go along and just have like this little fold-up table that I use in the camper van. How silly would I have looked with that? But I've got a nice big table now. I say I'm not taking all that much. I'm just going to keep it quite minimal. I've got a few things in mind, a few bits of stock that I haven't listed yet, and then a few things that have been listed for a while, but I'm not going mad. I just want to kind of make up the numbers, really. I'm going to be out and buying stuff more than I am selling, but I will be selling because, I do want to be part of the record. And it'll be a very early start again, but it's going to be my last, crazy early start for a while, as long as I can get to this boot sale and the other one nearby on that day. So it's not too nearby to the point where it's going to be dead because of all this happening with the world record. At least I hope not. It's like an hour away west, like the other side of Birmingham. So I think hopefully it should still be all right there. Yeah, there's going to be fireworks and stuff happening. I think BBC Radio Midlands or something is there. It's going to be really good. I just can't really be there for the whole entirety, so I hope I don't miss too much by having to leave early. I've done so much travelling recently, and I'm about done, and I really want to get both of these Midland boot sales done, because at that point, that's all my crazy travelling done with for the year. I still have 2 more, but they're not a great distance away. They're close. But that's it for now. Cheers, guys, for watching. If there's anything about this video that you enjoyed, then please hit the like button, subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.